After completing the basic registration process, a vendor is then able to continue on to what we call level 1 registration, where we ask for just a few more pieces of information about their organization. So if and only if the basic registration is completed and submitted to at least one agency, then a new link appears in the left menu for level 1, and clicking on this link leads to this page here. As with basic registration, there's a progress bar at the top, and there are tabs to indicate the steps in the process. As with this vendor, I've not started yet, so my progress bar is empty and all 3 tabs are red. The first thing that we ask for under the documentation tab is a certificate of incorporation or a similar document. There is also a section below for optional documentation. This does not affect the progress or the red-green. This is purely optional. The vendor can choose to upload as many documents as they like here. Some examples of what kind of documents they might be. But for the certificate of incorporation, I just need to click on select file, which opens the document repository. Don't have any documents here yet, so I can just add files from my computer. A few example files here. Just going to type in some basic descriptions, and I can click to upload those files in the normal way with the document picker. It's important to realize, of course, that when I'm uploading these documents, this is to my central document repository. So although I'm in the context of selecting a certificate of incorporation right now, I can upload as many documents as I like, and they will be available for me to use in UNGM whenever I like. So when that final document is uploaded, I can select any of these files to use as my certificate of incorporation. So I'm just going to use this one, and you can see that this tab has now gone green. So I've done everything I need to do for my certificate. I can also just choose a different one if I make a mistake or if I decide to upload a different document. The next tab that we have is for references. So this is just asking the vendor to supply some basic contact details for a few people who can act as references for their organization. As you can see here, the vendor must add at least 3 of these. So we have the tab is red. I'm going to add a reference here with just some basic data. This has to be a valid email address. That's 1. Two, and 3 references. And once I've added 3, you can see that the tab has now gone green. I'm also 93% through my level 1 registration, because that is the majority of the work now done. I can add more references if I like. I can also edit or delete the ones I've added before. So the final step, which is just a brief one, is to provide some details of company ownership. You can see with the star here that this field is required. This field here, where you can also enter some names of intermediaries, agents, and so on, that's optional information. So I just need to type something here for the company ownership details. And then when I save that, all tabs are now green, and once that is complete, I have a button up here so I can now submit my registration. So similarly to basic registration, I complete the information as one process, and then when I'm happy that I've completed all the information, I just need to submit that to the agencies that I've chosen in the basic step. And now that that's been submitted, I can go back to my dashboard at any time and see the status of all of my submissions for level 1. You'll see also now that once level 1 has been completed, I have a new link here for level 2. So if I click on that and go to level 2 registration, just 2 tabs on the level 2 registration for reference letters and financial statements. So in the previous step, in level 1, I added some contact details for my references. But here we're going to ask for specific actual documents showing, providing a reference for this vendor from, as it says, independent, non-affiliated clients or companies. So similarly to reference, I just need to add one here, click that, and again I have the option to choose a document. And as I uploaded several documents earlier on, they're all still there. Typically these would be PDFs, of course, but just using some pictures, for example, here. I can use this file and I can type in a description of whatever this is. Click Save, and now I've provided one reference letter. Again, I need to do 3 of these. One slight difference to the references from level 1 is that I need to supply exactly 3 here. So references was at least 3, I could add more. Reference letters is exactly 3, so you can see when I've uploaded 3 I no longer have the option to add another one. But I have uploaded 3, and so the tab's now gone green. I'm 75% through my registration because actually this part is a little bit more information required on the first tab than the second tab, which is for financial statements. So I'm asked to add financial statements for the last 3 years here, but in terms of the system we only enforce that you add at least one document. So it may be in fact that you can upload a document containing, for example, one PDF file containing all of that financial information for the last 3 years, or you can provide separate documents, as many as you like, but we only enforce a minimum of one. And with a financial document we need to specify when this document is valid. So for example, if it's from April to April between 2013 and 2014, then I can enter that here. I can save that document, and then we can see it shows me here when the validation dates. Now that I've filled in both tabs, both are green, and again the registration process is complete when I finally complete or click the submit registration button. So we'll do that now, which is asking me if I'm sure I've checked everything. Yes, I have. And when I've done that, my level 2 registration has now been submitted, and I can go back to my dashboard and see all the details of all of my submissions to all of the agencies in UNGM.